Now on CoastTV News.
It's a cold start to our Tuesday. Temperatures beginning in the 30s, and we're expecting some sun today, but still a cold day and mainly dry and chilly week ahead. Then weekend rain and wind is expected. I'll talk about the impacts coming up.
Town Hall tale after reviewing designs last spring is the proposed new facility moving any closer to construction in Dewey Beach.
A delayed dredge. We have a look at Lewis-Rehoboth Canal project that's already passed its completion target date.
Working for a higher wage as mandated pay hikes go into effect in Maryland, the concerns it could have on small businesses.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley. It is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024.
Yeah, Paige, as we begin what I affectionately refer to as the worst part of the calendar year.
I think I actually agree with you on this
Thank
one.
you.
Yeah, finally, we agree on something.
We disagree so often.
We do. But, you know, they opposites, you know, it works for our friendship, I think.
I guess.
Yeah. You know who tends to be on my side, though?
The other guy over there?
The other guy that's right over there. Although Bob said something today that made me laugh, that January's the Monday.
That's the winner.
Yes. January is the Monday of the month. I think we can all get behind that. Let's bring in first alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. Now, Bob, the three of us agree on something.
Yeah, you know, and that's not from me. That's not originally from me. That is, I ripped that off from something I saw on Facebook, to be honest. But it is true. January, you know, after the holidays gets a little, maybe a little down a little bit, but let the weather bring you up. We're looking at sunshine as we're going through the day, but it will be chilly beginning in the 30s, 33 in Redden, Selbyville 36, and upper 30s along the coast. And we've got a northerly breeze, so you take the actual temperature and the wind, and that feels like temperature, feels like upper 20s and 30s. So definitely want to bundle up. It's back to school, back to work. That's right. Here we go, back to the grind. And we're looking at clearing skies. Clouds are moving to the south. We've got a deepening storm offshore, taking the clouds with it. With high pressure building in, we see sunshine today, but it's going to be cold. Mid-30s mid-morning into the lower 40s by noon. And we're only topping on, I think, maybe 42 to 44, maybe 45 degrees as we go into the afternoon. So despite the sun, it will be quite chilly. Here's your day part forecast, 30s and eventually 40s, but feeling colder with the wind. A cold week is on the way, and then we've got a series of storms on the way. The first one is later Saturday and Sunday. I'll talk about that coming up.
Well, happening this morning, a review of the proposed new town hall for Dewey Beach. Sussex County Council could take action on a memorandum of understanding for the facility. If it is approved, it would finalize an agreement between the county and town. Town is hoping the project will cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $8.3 million. Plan is to have the facility on Coastal Highway on the site of the Code Enforcement Building. This would also function as police headquarters and house an EMS unit.
Happening today, the public will be able to learn more about the proposed Plantation Lakes development in Millsboro. The Sussex County Council will hold a public hearing on that tonight. And recently, the proposed development has faced concern from locals regarding the current parking regulations. The concern is that first responders would have a difficult time reaching homes in the neighborhood. The public hearing is set for 7 p.m. at the Millsboro Town Center.
An update on the story that we've been covering. We're talking about dredging of the Lewis-Rehoboth Canal. It was scheduled to be completed by the end of December. It's now been pushed back. In a post on the Lewis website, dredging will continue through the end of January. Dredging has not been completed in the canal since 2002, and overall engineers say the dredging is necessary for, among other things, boating safety.
Reaching your financial goals may be easier in the first state. Maybe that's your New Year's resolution. That's all according to a new report out from the site MoneyWise. When ranking best states to reach financial goals, the first state was third overall. It followed Vermont and Maine. Maryland, on the other hand, a bit further down the line, it came in at 40th. And according to the report, Delaware has some of the lowest personal bankruptcy rates of any state. It has the third highest home ownership rate. And to come up with this list, MoneyWise scored each state on 7 major factors. These included household debt, income ratio, unemployment rate. They even looked at an average monthly Google search for terms related to savings and investments.
More on the minimum wage. It's now up in both Delaware and Maryland to $15 an hour. Maryland Governor Wes Moore signed a bill to speed up the implementation of the increase in his state. That was put into effect on Monday. Maryland's last minimum wage increase was last year when it went from $12.50 to $13.25 an hour. However, the Maryland and Delaware State Director of the National Federation of Independent Business says it is putting a pinch on small business.
They're saying, look, inflation is killing us. The cost of goods is going up. Add on top this wage increase that the General Assembly handed down to small businesses. They have no choice but to raise their prices on their customers and consumers.
And tipped workers in Maryland, they'll make the same, $3.63 an hour, if they get more than $30 a month in tips.
Happening now in Laurel, a new curfew for teens. Monday, December 18th, the mayor and council there approved amendments to the curfew ordinance, with amendments going into effect January 1st. So moving forward, the curfew for all people 17 and younger will be 11 p.m. Monday through Sunday.
Okay, this is happening tomorrow, the review of the situation for the Donovan Smith Mobile Home Park in Lewis. City there is looking to annex the neighborhood so it could extend sewer service, hopefully fix some of those long-term problems involving water that CoastTV has been covering. The Lewis Board of Public Works is expected to get an update on the status of the plan at a meeting tomorrow morning.
Ellendale to determine new town council members this week. Saturday, the town will hold its election for town council positions. This election will be held at Town Hall from 1 until 7 p.m. 3 seats are open, with 2-year terms for each seat. Before the election, the town will be holding a Meet the Candidates event that's happening January 3rd, and that is at the Ellendale Fire Hall from 6 until 8 p.m.
Well, the new year ushering in growing concerns in the Middle East. Israel making a big announcement about its military strategy with Hamas.
It says it's pulling thousands of troops out of Gaza for now to pace itself for the long haul. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us what this move means for the war and the U.S.'s role in this conflict.
Israeli forces ramping up strikes in southern Gaza as Israel unveils plans to reduce troops to prepare for prolonged fighting and to free up units in case the conflict spreads to other parts of the region. Tensions in the Middle East are rising. Over the weekend, Yemen-based Houthis, backed by Iran, tried to hijack a container ship in the Red Sea, shooting at U.S. Navy helicopters. U.S. forces then sunk 3 Houthi boats, killing everyone on board. The Houthis say they're targeting Israeli-bound ships in solidarity with the Palestinians, but have repeatedly attacked ships with no connection to Israel.
The point where the diplomacy must lead in all of this so we can keep this war local between Hamas and Israel.
As the war rages in Gaza, the Biden administration once again bypassed Congress and approved an emergency arms sale to Israel, selling $140 million in equipment. Secretary of State Antony Blinken defending the move, saying it's vital to U.S. national interest to ensure Israel can defend itself.
Shut it down! Shut it down!
Meanwhile, pro-Palestinian protesters rallied in several cities, calling for the United States to cease sending aid to Israel. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stating that the conflict that started with Hamas's brutal terrorist attacks on October 7th will take many more months to end.
All right, well, we are just getting started in this hour of CoastTV News Today.
Yeah, Paige, coming up, New Year's Plunge, the charity that benefited from taking that dip into the cold Atlantic Ocean.
Also, Mickey out in public, copyright laws putting the mouse up for grabs. We'll tell you what this could mean for the beloved character going forward.
And in Rehoboth Beach, they get the spotlight parking. We'll tell you what the city is considering that could ease your frustrations there. All that and more as CoastTV News Today continues.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
positive, focused,
supportive, and goal-oriented. These are just a few qualities of coaches who inspire their athletes.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and make a $500 donation to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an extra donation to their program.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network Coach Who Makes a Difference. Brought to you by Preston Automotive Group.
16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
We're seeing clearing skies on this Tuesday morning. Here's our gutter helmet cam from the Ocean View VFW. You can see the starry skies and beautiful conditions. It'll be a sunny day, but it'll be a cold day and a cold start. We're beginning with temperatures in the 30s. Looks like everybody's above freezing. We've got this northerly breeze that's knocking that feels-like temperature down into the upper 20s to Milford and Lewis. Feels like 30s elsewhere for the most part, so make sure you bundle up. You don't need the umbrella today. You definitely need the heavy coat, the hat, and gloves. I don't think you need the ice scraper because we have the breeze and temperatures above freezing. Make sure you have that hot cup of coffee, maybe some hot cocoa as well, and make sure you have your sunglasses. You'll need them as we go through the day.
Parking in Rehoboth Beach, that'll be in the spotlight next week on January 9th. Parking recommendations that were presented by the Rossi Group in December will be reviewed. Some include the installation of yield to pedestrian signs on Rehoboth Avenue and walk your bike markings on sidewalks. Staying in Rehoboth Beach for this next one, they're making a deal potentially with U.S. Wind. City officials could sign on to a community benefits agreement with the wind energy company, and this would call for annual payments of over 20 years to the city that could be worth $2 million. After climbing more than $800 million, we do have a winning Powerball ticket. It's out there. Single ticket in Michigan matched all the numbers on Monday night's drawing, worth $842 million. It's the 5th largest Powerball jackpot, 10th largest U.S. lottery jackpot ever won. Cash value is an estimated $425 million. Nobody on Delmarva won, but we did speak with one man who said he had plans if he did.
We like to rescue animals also, so spend it at shelters also, try to help them out any way possible, because that's a lot of money for one person. So I figured just put some in savings, that way we could live comfortably. I'd probably still work just because I'd be bored sitting at home, so probably still work and just help out anybody I possibly could.
Now don't feel too bad if you didn't win this time. The odds were not in your favor. They were 1 in 192.2 million.
Somebody's got to win, so I'm trying again next time. Well, Disney's copyright protection for an early version of Mickey Mouse has expired. It is now in the public domain. Anyone can use the version of Mickey's shown in Walt Disney's 1928 short film, Steamboat Willie. You know it. You probably love it. The copyright expiration could mean we'll start seeing more of Mickey, but again, only that 1928 version of the famous mouse. The more modern versions will remain unaffected. They are still protected by Disney's copyright. A new year means new state laws across our country. One such law in California now requires major retailers to have gender-neutral toy aisles. It applies to retailers that have a physical store that sells child care items or toys and that employs at least 500 people. Stores that don't comply with the law could face a $250 fine for the first violation and up to $500 for any other violations.
Sunrise is coming at 7:19. That's still over an hour away, but we're starting to see brightening skies on the Gateway Subaru cam. A few little clouds out there, but mainly clear skies, and it will be very cold as we go through the day. In fact, the week ahead is cold, and then for the weekend, we're looking at rain and wind. I'll talk about the impacts with that storm coming up after the break.
Come out for the Delmarva Shorebirds Hot Stove Banquet, Thursday, February 8th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Get your tickets today, which include a buffet-style dinner and your opportunity to meet former Orioles pitcher Ben McDonald. Plus, there'll be a cash bar and silent auction with sports memorabilia from your favorite MLB and minor league teams. Proceeds benefit the Shorebirds Fly Together Fund. Tickets available now at theshorebirds.com.
Intruders are more likely to target homes with dark zones. Take the bullseye off your house and turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a high-tech security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. During the day, it's disguised as a high-tech security camera. It's completely wireless and installs in just seconds. Powered by solar panels, no batteries needed. It adjusts a full 360 degrees. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. But wait, we can also include a second one. Just pay a separate fee. Plus, we'll give you free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. So call 1-800-316-1548 or go to buybionic360.com.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here.
At Spicer Brothers, we're not just about installing roofs. We're about protection, durability, and peace of mind. Our team of skilled professionals can install your last roof using the highest quality materials in as little as 1 day. And we make it easy with on-site design and digital proposal.
And right now, save $1,000 off your new roof. Plus, have peace of mind with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty. And the best part, enjoy no interest and no payments for 18 months.
Call today and schedule your free in-home consultation because you deserve the best.
6:18 on this Tuesday morning. We're getting a live look now into Ocean View on, I guess the best way I can describe this, Bob, is just a typical chilly January day.
That's it. I mean, Matt, that sums it up. That's it. You know, we're looking at sunshine today, but average temperatures are in the 40s, and that's exactly where we'll be pretty much all week long. In fact, the month looks cold. You know, it's typically the coldest month in the winter, but it looks like it will be a cold month for Delmarva, so get ready for that. Here's our 5-day temperature trend. Average high is 46. We'll be only around 44 maybe as we go into this afternoon. 48 on Wednesday, back to 46 on Thursday, and then really cold by Friday with lower 40s, and then up to 48 Saturday as we await rain and wind at that time. We're looking at temperatures in the 30s out the door this morning. 37 in Salisbury, Redden 33, Seaford 36, and 30s elsewhere. And we've got a northerly breeze as well, stronger right along the coast. So that means the wind chill is lower. It feels like 26 in Indian River Inlet, 28 in Milford, and 30s elsewhere. So bottom line, just bundle up on the way to school and work this morning. Yeah, it's back to the grind after the holidays. As we're seeing the skies beginning to clear out, we have an area of low pressure developing offshore. So that's taking the disturbed weather with it, but still a little bit of what they say troughiness hanging over us. But eventually high pressure will build in back across the Tennessee Valley. That will start to push to the east and give us some nice weather, but it will be cold. Here's Futurecast throughout the day. Temperatures slowly rising through the 30s. By noon, we're in the low 40s, but with that northwest wind feeling even colder. And then by the heating of the day, around 42 to maybe 44 degrees, and then turning cold once again tonight. By morning, lower 30s, probably some 20s as well. And the clouds could hold those temperatures up. And then tomorrow is another chilly day. Maybe a few more clouds making it feel colder with highs in the 40s. Feels like temperatures this afternoon in the 30s, overnight into the 20s, feeling like 40s during the day on Wednesday, and then cold into Thursday, and then really cold Friday morning. It will be feeling like teens at that time. Let's talk about the storms coming our way. At least we get grazed by one on Thursday with some rain showers, very light as the bulk of this system is offshore, but then the big system is for the weekend. That one's coming right up the coast. It'll be a coast hugger, it looks like, and in that case for us, that means it's drawing in warm air off the Atlantic Ocean and bringing us just plain rain and wind, maybe some beach erosion, inundation along the coast, and inland in the colder air, it's snow across D.C., Philly, New York, Long Island, and heavy snow into the mountains of Pennsylvania. So if you're traveling west and north this upcoming weekend, that's where winter will be. But for Delmarva, it just looks like a rain and and windstorm that ends on Sunday, and then we actually get another one as we go into next week. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Cold this week with highs in the 40s, that glancing blow of rain on Thursday, and then the more important rain and wind builds in Saturday and Sunday with snow well to our west and north, and then Monday partly cloudy and 46.
Thank you so much. The city of Milford wants your input on plans to build a bike path on Marshall Street. That's the area you see right there on that map. The city says it wants to create designated bike lanes on both sides of the road, which would connect downtown Milford and the southern parts of the city. An open house with information and a presentation on this project is scheduled for Tuesday, January 23rd. That's at the Public Works facility.
Offshore wind, a big topic for our coastal communities. Fenwick Island gets a shot at it next week with its environmental committee. Discussions will focus on the wind farms that have been debated for years. In addition to that, other topics include an update on the pollinator garden, and the committee will also talk about Earth Day planning. And again, this meeting is scheduled for January 10th, 9 a.m. at Town Hall.
And we're going to stick in Fenwick Island now, the town tackling what it calls residential concerns. According to the agenda there will be a discussion on state parks as well as dark skies initiatives in the town. Now, those lower light pollution. This meeting is set for January 8th. That's at 10 a.m. at Town Hall.
Still to come, many brave beachgoers getting a cold start to their new year for a good cause. We'll tell you why these events mean so much to the organizers. Don't go anywhere on Coast.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on CoastTV.
Hi, Chef Daniel Greenhead with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
Delmarva Home Show. Explore the hidden house gems here on the peninsula. Exciting tours of stunning homes, charming cottages, and luxurious beachfront properties. Designer ideas and insider tips to help inspire your home decor. Discover the best of Delmarva's architecture and interior design. A showcase of the most unique and beautiful homes on Delmarva. Start your tour Sunday mornings at 11:30 on WBOC.
Is the name of your bank changing again? The Farmers Bank of Willards has been a local independent bank for nearly 100 years. When you bank local, your money stays here in our community, where it benefits our local businesses, farms, and families. The Farmers Bank has real people ready to help and world-class features like our free mobile banking app with Lock-It debit card security, a Smart Cents savings program, and free checking with no minimum balance. Stop paying extra fees and switch to the Farmers Bank of Willards, where people matter.
The Drew Crew is here! It's so exciting! Magic's gonna happen. Yes! They're all one big happy family.
Tuesday at noon on CoastTV.
Delmarva's classic rock. Big 107.7.
All right, that is the sound of hundreds of people running into the cold Atlantic Ocean. Fenwick Freeze had people start 2024 by jumping into that water. Town thanked everyone for attending and supporting the beach patrol at this event.
Yep, you heard it. We're not done yet. Plunging into the new year again, some very brave beachgoers there gathered in Bethany Beach to take part in the annual Hair of the Dog 5K and Leo Brady Colt Plunge there. By purchasing a ticket for this event, plungers helped raise money for scholarships and grants to local students through the Quiet Resorts Charitable Foundation. One event coordinator told CoastTV that seeing people start the new year in a healthy way means a lot to him.
What a great way to start the new year is the fact that we have people that maybe had a good time last night, enjoyed New Year's Eve, and now they're coming out to do something healthy for themselves. And so that makes me feel good, just to see people doing things healthy for themselves.
And he also says this is the 27th year the cold plunge has been hosted. Every year, though, it's exciting seeing everyone participate.
Well, First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey is with us again. And Bob, you laughed when I said this.
Yeah.
It might be a while before we see temperatures in the 50s.
Yeah, I did get a good laugh out of that. No, no, we are looking at 50s next week. That will be with the next storm that moves in probably Tuesday and Wednesday. But until then, we're looking at cold temperatures into the 40s for today. Only about 44 for Laurel, Millsboro, back up towards Dover, even colder for Lewis and Rehoboth Beach. And with that northwest breeze feeling like 30s, 44 east and back through Federalsburg and Cambridge. And then farther south into Maryland, we're looking at Pocomoke City around 44, Chincoteague 44. And in fact, everybody is 44 degrees across areas of Maryland. So at least it's consistently cold, and it will be cold for the rest of the week. Then we are looking at those storm systems coming in. First one Saturday, Sunday, and then the second one coming in next week. We'll have much more in your forecast coming up in 2 minutes.
44 is the lucky number of the day. All right, well, as we move on, devastating news out of New York where this fiery crash killed 2 people. Up next, we'll tell you how it all started.
A scary scene there. Also, Bay Bridge traffic advisory. We'll tell you about the detour in place that could impact your commute from the midshore.
And a town hall tale in Dewey Beach. We're telling you what could be decided regarding the new town hall there. Coast TV News Today will be right back.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Introducing the incredible NutriBlade knives. They're coated with granite stone non-stick and made of stainless steel, one of the hardest substances on Earth. Now everyone can chop, slice, and dice just like a pro. The Easy Grip rubberized handles deliver incredible control and accuracy to chop salads in seconds and cut frozen solid meat with ease and get razor-thin slices every time. The non-stick surface means food slides right off, and they're dishwasher safe. Plus, they'll stay razor sharp guaranteed. A complete set of chef knives can cost you hundreds, but today you can get this professional 6-piece set of NutriBlades for just $29.95. Order right now, and we'll even ship them to you free. Now get your own NutriBlade knives from Granite Stone. The last knives you'll ever buy.
Call 1-800-645-8074 or go to buynutriblade.com.
Transform your outdoor space with Backyard Works. We are Sussex County's one call for all your fence, deck, handrail, pergolas, shower, and trash enclosure needs. Locally owned and operated, we make all our vinyl and aluminum fence right here in Harbison, Delaware, from American-made manufacturers. Cut out the middleman and deal direct. As a TimberTech Platinum Deck dealer, our trained team will professionally install your deck that will last a lifetime. Give us a call and let us make your backyard work.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking forward to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
Our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment. This is Coast TV News Today.
January 2nd, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, we're at 6:28 a.m. Bob mentioned this in the last hour, but students are back in school today, and a lot of people they're back at work after that holiday break.
Welcome back. We missed you. Let's get ready for the new year, though. I know it might be hard to come back after the new year, but maybe you have some resolutions to keep you going. Did you make any?
I don't, because I know I wouldn't keep them. So why even try?
Honestly, I respect that.
I'm a Debbie Downer on that one.
No, I respect that. I think it's cool. Yeah, I talked to Bob earlier. I don't think he has many New Year's resolutions. Bob and I are going to work out more, though, so you're going to see us.
Yeah, I mean, I try to focus on that. Maybe
Yeah.
yours should be to root for Penn State or something along those lines.
You are pushing it. I'm just going to work out more. All right, let's bring in Bob. Bob, do you hear what he's trying to get me to do? You hear this craziness?
That is kind of crazy. I am going to focus on fitness, though, as we go through the new year. Try to get in shape a little more. And no hardcore New Year's resolutions like Matt. I don't make promises I can't keep. So that's what we got going into the new year. It's cold beginning 2024. 37 at Bethany Beach, 33 in Del Mar, 36 in in Seaford, 34 in Red, and 37 in Lewis. We've got a northerly breeze up to 20 miles per hour, Indian River Inlet. So that feels like temperatures getting down there. 27 in Milford, feels like 36 in Millsboro, and 26 at Indian River Inlet. So bundle up. Skies are beginning to clear out. We have the starry skies. Clouds are moving away as low pressure is developing offshore, taking the clouds with it, and high pressure builds in. So that will clear us out, but it's cold high pressure. So temperatures by noon only in the lower 40s, feeling like 30s with the wind. And we're only topping out in the low to maybe mid 40s this afternoon. So needless to say, very brisk along the boardwalk in Bethany Beach this morning with clouds and sun, temperatures in the 30s and lower 40s late in the morning, but feeling much colder with that brisk wind.
Well, thanks, Bob. Happening this morning, a review of the proposed new town hall for Dewey Beach. The Sussex County Council, they could take action on a memorandum of understanding for the facility at their meeting today. If it is approved, it would finalize an agreement between the county and the town. Town is hoping the project will cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $8.3 million. Plan is to have the facility on Coastal Highway on the site of the Code Enforcement Building and also function as the police headquarters and house an EMS unit.
Happening today, the public will be able to learn more about the proposed Plantation Lakes development in Millsboro. Sussex County Council will hold a public hearing on this tonight. Now, recently, the proposed development has faced some concern from locals regarding current parking regulations. The concern is that first responders would have a difficult time reaching homes in that neighborhood. This hearing is set for 7 p.m. at the Millsboro Town Center.
Happening now, water meter replacement in Berlin. According to the town, smart water meters help identify leaks earlier, and this is expected to improve the water supply. Town officials say it will save water, money, and prevent damage, and the town says the meters will be replaced going through Friday, and replacement typically takes approximately 15 to 30 minutes.
Also happening today, the Delaware Emergency Management Agency saying it's ringing in the new year with the sound of sirens. Not what we were hoping, but it's happening. A test is scheduled for today at 10:45 a.m., so prepare. Don't let it scare you. This is all to ensure that the agent's safety measures are on point and up to date.
Lanes will close on the Bay Bridge today. The Maryland Transit Authority says it mostly will be on the eastbound side, and two-way traffic will be directed to the westbound span. This is for preservation and maintenance work. It's set to end next Saturday.
Well, this morning, at least 30 people are dead after a powerful earthquake struck Japan New Year's Day. And now experts warn dangerous aftershocks. Those could last for months.
Yeah, as Amy Kiley shows us, the situation could even get worse before it gets better.
The word going forward is to be cautious and be ready to evacuate again.
The death toll is climbing and dozens are injured after yesterday's earthquake on Japan's west coast. Experts say the situation is still perilous.
Overconfidence is one danger. It's almost impossible to predict exactly how many aftershocks there are going to be and when.
For an earthquake of this size, about a magnitude 7.5, we would indeed expect the aftershock sequence to go on for days, weeks, even months.
Those warnings come amid the continued search for people trapped in the rubble.
Bodies are still being recovered from the rubble, and the accident is not over.
The good news is the immediate risk of tsunamis is over, and
there was a nuclear power plant there. It was shut down before the earthquake took place.
That's a relief, since a 2011 earthquake and tsunami caused a meltdown at the Fukushima nuclear plant. But it's a relief that could be short-lived.
There is a small chance, but a non-zero chance, that we might actually see an earthquake larger than that initial shock.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Israel's Supreme Court today struck down a law that curbed the court's power. The law, backed by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, was part of an extensive judicial overhaul. It removed one of the court's tools for halting government decisions it considers unreasonable. Now, if the Prime Minister's government fails to honor the decision by the High Court, Israel could face a constitutional crisis while it continues its war with Hamas.
2 people were killed. 2 others are fighting for their lives following this fiery crash. This is at the Kodak Center for the Performing Arts in Rochester, New York. Authorities say a Ford Expedition slammed into a Mitsubishi Outlander that was exiting the parking lot. It burst into flames. This was just before 1 a.m. Monday morning. Now, authorities there say the force of the crash caused the two SUVs to go through a group of pedestrians in the crosswalk and into two other cars. Two people traveling in the Mitsubishi were killed. The driver was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the Ford Expedition currently in the hospital, and we're being told those are with life-threatening injuries.
Officials say 4 migrant buses arrived to a New Jersey train station Saturday before the migrants on board then took trains into New York City. Andrew Siff shows us now how the issue at the country's border is impacting states that are miles away.
The bus you see here departed from Texas but ended up not at Port Authority Bus Terminal like most charters have throughout the migrant crisis, but here in Secaucus, New Jersey.
They're still going to make their way to New York City. They just got to figure out another mode of transportation to get here. And they still all arrive here at the Roosevelt Hotel.
Migrants advocate Power Malu says the passengers, including children at the Jersey Rail Hub, continued by train to the Manhattan Intake Center. Malu takes issue with Mayor Eric Adams' new executive order requiring bus companies provide 32 hours notice, only allowed to arrive in New York City during prime morning hours.
This executive order is not slowing down the process. It's not going to stop the migrants from coming here. It's actually going to make it worse.
The mayor of Secaucus echoing that. Perhaps the requirements Mayor Adams put in place are too stringent and are resulting in unexpected consequences, as it seems the bus operators have figured out a loophole in the system.
That criticism should be directed to Governor Abbott.
Camille Joseph Farlick is Mayor Adams' chief of staff. She says if there's anyone to blame, it is Texas's governor, whom she says treats asylum seekers as political pawns.
There has been, to my knowledge, no outreach to us to try and figure out how they could work with us with respect to the executive order. He simply almost immediately started sending buses to New Jersey.
But others believe the crisis won't be solved with a bus ordinance.
Chicago did this with the buses, and it hasn't made too much difference in the numbers that are coming.
City Controller Brad Lander speaking in Coney Island, where he took part in the New Year's swim. Lander says the bracing reality is the mayor's new policy won't stop the flow of asylum seekers.
What I think will solve the problem is helping these folks get work authorizations so they could get jobs, get out of shelter, get on their feet.
All right, we still got more to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up on CoastTV News today, dry January, not just a test of willpower, it has health benefits. We're telling you what you can expect from participating in this fun trend. Also, double the fun. Both semifinal games in the college football playoffs were decided on the final play when we come back.
Draper Holdings, parent company of WBOC and CoastTV, has an opening for a human resource specialist. Provide HR support for approximately 150 employees in 4 locations. Candidates should have an associate's degree with a background in recruitment, employee relations, and payroll. ADP and SHRM certification and a bachelor's degree are a plus. Join Draper Holdings as our newest human resource specialist with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Holdings is an equal opportunity employer.
It all started with a food truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's at Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
At Draper Media, we offer more than TV and radio advertising. We reach your customers wherever they are, at the gas pump, in bars and restaurants, driving around Delmarva, in a taxi or rideshare at the beach, on social media, or searching for products and services, checking their email, and listening to podcasts or streaming video. Let our team build a plan that best fits your business. Email Frank Hamilton today.
So, why do people open up differently here?
You are too much, Tamron Hall.
Reveal things they've never told before.
Ooh, Tamron. I don't think I've ever said this out loud.
Do things they've never done before.
Let me take these teeth out.
So keep your light shining. Because it's how she makes you feel.
Happiness, joy.
It's how you make her feel. There's only one Tamron Hall.
Tuesday at 3 on CoastTV.
6:39 on this chilly back to work and school Tuesday morning. Here's our Hershey exteriors cam showing clearing skies. Just a few clouds on the horizon, but it will be a blustery and cold day. It's a cold start. Temperatures in the 30s. Looks like everybody is above freezing. And with the wind coming out of the north, it's adding to the feels like temperatures dropping that. We're looking at temperatures feeling like 27 in Milford, 26 Indian River Inlet, at 29 in Del Mar. So bundle up out the door as the skies are clearing. Clouds are moving away as low pressure is taking them out to sea, and high pressure will be building in, ensuring a sunshine but cold. Off to school for the kiddos. Yep, back to the grind, kids. 33. Make sure they're bundled up. It's cold and dry. And then heading home, mostly sunny, still chilly, with a temperature of 43.
The COVID-19 crisis may be behind us. However, we can still learn some lessons from COVID-19. The Lewis Public Library is hosting Dr. James W. LeDuc, who retired from the CDC, for a discussion on national and international lessons learned from the COVID-19 pandemic. This meeting will take place over Zoom, January 9th from 5 to 6. There will also be a second session, and that one will focus on lessons learned in areas in the city that were most affected by COVID, including medical care, education, and commerce. Now, that program will also be held over Zoom, and that one will be January 17th from 5 to 6. Details on how to sign up can be found on the library website. Well, have you ever thought about maybe becoming a foster parent? I know it's something I've thought of before. January 16th, the foster care coordinators for the Delaware Division of Family Services will hold a virtual information session from 6 to 9 p.m. It's for individuals and couples who are interested in becoming foster parents in Sussex and Kent counties. You can register for this event on the state website.
Well, one way or another, the defending national champion from this college football season will reside in the Big Ten Conference in 2024. Washington will face Michigan next Monday night for the title. Both programs won games on New Year's Day that went right down to the wire. So we're going to start the Rose Bowl with number 1 ranked Michigan taking on Alabama. We go to the fourth quarter. The Crimson Tide regaining the lead when Jace McClellan gets to the edge, having a house party, 17-13 Alabama. The Tide would extend the lead, but with 98 seconds remaining off the fake J.J. McCarthy to Roman Wilson, we are tied at the end of regulation. So in overtime we go. Blake Corum bounces back to the middle, fights off tacklers. He is in. Michigan up 27-20. Alabama's turn. It was 4th and goal. Jalen Milroe keeps stuffed. It's been a season of controversy for Michigan, but the Wolverines are heading to the championship game with the overtime win in the Rose Bowl. We go to the Sugar Bowl. This is a matchup between Washington and Texas, and late in the second quarter, game tied at 14. The Huskies' Michael Penix goes up top. There's Jalen Polk, bobbles, catches. It's a touchdown. 21-14 Washington. In the fourth, down 2 scores. Texas makes it interesting. Quinn Ewers on the fade to a Donald Mitchell. Longhorns within 6, and then it was 37-31 final play. Texas with a chance. Ewers pass, so close, but it's also incomplete. Washington survives. They do indeed advance. Huskies will end their time in the Pac-12 Conference with a date against Michigan for the championship.
Some entertainment news now. At least one thing is the same as we go into 2024. Taylor Swift still making Billboard chart history. David Daniel has that and some more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Taylor Swift's latest record is impressive even for her. She's the first act ever to hold the first 4 spots on Billboard's top album sales chart at the same time since the chart debuted more than 30 years ago. 1989, Taylor's version leads the way, followed by 3 previous number 1s, Midnight's, Lover, and Speak Now, Taylor's version. 2 other Swift albums, Folklore and Fearless, Taylor's version, are also in the chart's top 10.
Our pitch to the world was that we were going to create a debit card where you'd be able to spend your cryptocurrency in real time.
It's an electronic money.
Something about Bitcoins or something.
I was all about Centratech. I was like, look at this makes sense. Just watching something become extremely valuable, it's like a drug.
But it was all a scam. Bitcon looks at how Centratech rode the get-rich-quick frenzy of the Bitcoin boom to millions of dollars before the fraud came crashing down. The documentary is now streaming on Netflix. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
It's a chilly Tuesday morning. Here's our dry tech cam. Still some clouds on the horizon, but we'll see sunshine today, but cold. In fact, the whole week is chilly, and then an active weekend on the way with rain and wind and coastal impacts. I'll talk about those impacts and timing coming up after the break. Stay tuned.
I've been doing refractive eye surgery, including LASIK, for 20 years now. So I've seen and been a part of the advances firsthand, like the addition of femto laser, which made the procedure completely bladeless. We've done over 2,000 of these procedures. So as surgeons, we advance too. With access to more advanced instruments and techniques, we get safer and more predictable results. And you can get advanced LASIK surgery right here on Delmarva.
For more about Chesapeake Eye, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Why do people open up differently here?
You are too much, Tamron Hall.
Do things they've never done before. It's how she makes you feel. There's only one Tamron Hall.
Tuesday at 3 on CoastTV.
Fill your week with Wheel.
It's Sweethearts Week.
It's Teachers Week.
Teen Week.
Margaritaville.
Tuesday at 7 on CoastTV.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
Homeowners frequently face unexpected heating and air conditioning expenses at the most inconvenient times. For a limited time, Coastal Comfort is offering a worry-free 10-year guarantee on select systems for as low as $199 a month. Customers will also receive 10 years of parts, 10 years of labor, and 10 years of maintenance, but only with Coastal Comfort. Discover peace of mind with Coastal Comfort, keeping your home comfortable and hassle-free for years to come. Coastal Comfort, a Carrier factory authorized dealer. Carrier, turn to the experts.
It is 6:46 on this very cold Tuesday morning. We are going to take a live look right now at Ocean City. Bob, sun's on its way up, not bringing too much warmth, but I think it's still a good day for us to get some vitamin D, get outside.
Absolutely. Anytime we're talking about sunshine, it's good. We could take the cold with the sun, whereas, during the polar plunge in Fenwick Island and other places, they had the clouds. So that makes it just so much tougher to jump into a freezing cold Atlantic Ocean. Make sure you scan the QR code down there, lower left part of your screen, and that will download the CoastTV weather app. Lots of weather information. You want to have that app heading into the weekend with that storm and wind on the way with the rain. We'll talk about that coming up. But look at all the blue on our temperature map. 44 today, 48 Wednesday, 46 Thursday, and that's our average high. We go way below that average on Friday with 41, then back to 48 on Saturday as we see that storm coming up the coast at that time. In the meantime, we're looking at temperatures in the 30s out the door, and on top of that, a northerly breeze. So it's that feels like temperature that will get you. Make sure you bundle up, hats, scarves, gloves, the whole thing. Layer up. Upper 20s in Milford is what it feels like, 29 in Lewis, and it feels like 30 in Selbyville right now. We're starting to clear things out. Still some lingering clouds as we had a little trough swing through last night with a few showers, and that is kind of hooked up to this big storm offshore, but this will continue to move out while we have high pressure that extends all the way back into the Tennessee Valley, and that will provide cold weather but nice weather the next few days. So here's Futurecast. It's cold today, just a few clouds here and there. By noon, we're only into the low 40s, but feeling colder with the wind, and we're only topping out around 42, maybe up to 44 degrees. It's going to be another cold night. Maybe some clouds tomorrow morning keeps our temperatures a little higher, but 20s and low 30s. And Wednesday is another chilly day with clouds and temperatures into the 40s. Feels like temperatures 30s this afternoon, and at night tonight feeling like the 20s. Not as bad tomorrow afternoon, but Thursday is cold, and then by Friday morning feeling like teens. And that leads us to our next kind of system that we're looking at. This is rain that we're looking at. We're going to be on the fringe of this storm that moves to our far south on Thursday. We'll be looking at some light showers, but the main event comes this weekend in the form of low pressure coming right up the coast. We're going to have a strong easterly wind, and we think this storm is going to hug the coast. And with that tugs in that warm air off the Atlantic. So we're looking at rain for most of us across Delmarva. But then you get to the I-95 corridor, we're talking about snow. D.C., Philly, New York, maybe Long Island, and back into Pennsylvania. So if you're traveling in these areas, wintertime for sure. For us, it looks like a rain and wind event. Coastal impacts, some beach erosion perhaps, and inundation at the coast as well. And then that system starts to pull out as we go into your Sunday. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Cold 40s the next few days, especially into Friday. We've got some of those showers on Thursday, but then the rain builds in Saturday. It gets heavy Saturday night, and it gets windy as well. Could see at least an inch of rain with snow well to our west and north, with temperatures in the 40s, and then dry on Monday and a temperature of 46.
All right, thanks, Bob. This month has been dubbed Dry January. Almost 1 in 3 people have pledged to give up alcohol for the start of 2024. I know several people that do this.
Same, yeah, it's really popular. You can stay sober for 31 days. It could really impact your health. As Alexa Lorenzo shows us, you might be surprised how giving up booze can impact your body.
If you had a little too much of this, maybe it's time to celebrate by doing this. More than 9 million Americans are pledging to take part in Dry January this year. You may think 31 days doesn't mean much when it comes to abstaining from alcohol, but science proves within a few days of no booze, people can experience reduced anxiety and irritability, increased energy levels, and clearer thinking. Within a week, researchers proved people can experience significant improvements in sleep quality. And a study published in the journal Psychopharmacology found that energy levels were improved as well as cognitive function. By week 2, you'll see healthier looking skin, as alcohol can leave it looking bloated, dull, and dry. On week 3, you may see the impact on the scales. A pint of beer contains more than 200 calories and a glass of wine 150 calories. That's equivalent to a glazed donut or a piece of pizza. And by week 4, liver function will improve. The more you drink, the harder it makes for the liver to regenerate new cells. A few steps to success. First, find a substitute non-alcoholic drink and use the free Try Dry app. It helps track drinking, set personal goals, and offers motivational info. And lastly, don't give up. If you slip up, just start again the next day. I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
It's now 6:51 this morning. Time to check in with our Coastal Pet of the Day, brought to you by Maggie's Pet Boutique.
Yeah, Paige, we're being told this good girl on your screen is the happiest dog you'll ever meet. I think that might be in line there if you look at that smile. She loves her ball, loves to go swimming. Most of all, she loves her family. This is Dory we're talking about, and Dory was sent to us by Howard and Karen from Milford.
And we want to keep seeing your pets on Delmarva. Send us more photos. Tell us what makes your pet so special.
We have the information for you on the screen. That's where you can email us and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
And we're starting to see, well, some colors on our Tintel's Casual Furniture Cam. Still some clouds out there, but they will decrease with time. It'll be a sunny and cold day. In fact, the rest of the week is pretty chilly with rain and wind for a good part of the weekend as we're tracking the next storm in the system. I'll have the timing on that and talk about another storm for next week in your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Sign up to grow your team at the 2024 Draper Media Job Fair, powered by Premier Staffing Solutions. Be a part of the best marketed and most successful job fair on Delmarva, according to past employers who participated. The Draper Media Job Fair is Saturday, February 24th from 10 to 2 in the Jason Building at Del Tech in Georgetown. Meet over 1,000 applicants looking for work. For more info, go to WBOCevents.com.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness? If you've ever experienced the warning signs of bad circulation, then you need Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way. Soothe pain and calm restless legs. Reduce swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet, and stimulate healthy circulation. Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
Solo Cup Saturday night. It's an alternative country party with me, Jared. Brought to you by Midshore Recyclers Incorporated. Saturdays at 7 on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group. Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
It is 6:55 this morning. Time now for some things you need to know before you go. Minimum wage now up in both Delaware and Maryland to $15 an hour. Maryland Governor Wes Moore signed a bill to speed up the implementation of the increase in his state. That was put into effect on Monday.
Parking in Rehoboth Beach is going to be in the spotlight next week. Talking January 9th, the city will discuss parking recommendations that were presented to them by the Rossi Group in December. Some of these include the installation of yield to pedestrian signs on Rehoboth Avenue and also walk your bike markings on sidewalks.
Lanes will close on the Bay Bridge today. The MDTA saying it's mostly on the eastbound side and two-way traffic will be directed to the westbound span. This is for preservation and maintenance that's set to end next Saturday.
Dredging of the Lewis-Rehoboth Canal was scheduled to be completed by the end of December. Obviously, it's been pushed back. In a post on the Lewis website, it says dredging will continue through the end of January. Dredging has not been completed in the canal there since 2002.
As fireworks brought in the new year, 2023 ended with an incredible light show from space. NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory captured these spectacular images of a strong solar flare that erupted from the sun.
Yeah, the close-up image of the sun shows a mix of yellow, orange, brown, and black colors, and then a bright white flash appears on the left side of the photo. That's the solar flare.
Oh, very cool. Flares and solar eruptions, while beautiful, they can be very dangerous, I would imagine.
Yeah, it can impact radio communications, electric power grids, navigation signals. They even say it could pose a risk to spacecraft and astronauts. So.
Yeah, I'm happy being here on Earth.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Seeing those from afar is how I like it. All right, it's 6:56 now. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Yeah, got one final check with First Alert meteorologist Bob Tri. Many people heading back to work today, Bob.
They are back to work and school back to the grind as we're into a new year. And we're looking at some clouds this morning, and it's chilly. Temperatures in the 30s, but I think the clouds thin out throughout the day, but it stays cold, only in the low to maybe mid-40s later on. And we've got a brisk northwest wind that feels like temperature into the 30s. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. I think Wednesday is the warmest day of the next few with a high of 48. A few showers on Thursday as the system moves to our south. Dry and cold Friday. Then we're looking at the main event Saturday into Sunday with rain and wind, snow well to our west and north, and another system. This one looks warmer for Tuesday and Wednesday.
Bob, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us here on Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
We'll be back with Coast TV News midday. That's at 11, so stick around.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, go ahead, download your Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Tuesday morning, everybody.